in to seek traditional healers.
True.
True. So I'm wondering, chiche chitwala mu basamize basawa bekinansa beraguza netutagenda mu malwaliro. So I think that's when the Minister of Health had to, plus the World Health Organization, to incorporate the herbalist in this fight against various diseases, because it was discovered that most of the people, they actually pay more attention to herbalists as opposed to coming to hospitals.
Yeah.
So I think we need to bring these guys on a board, then we can help in the fight. So that's some of the things that are happening. But anyway, I hope that government, as people are asking, that to please increase the capacity of health units to handle mental challenges, because what is happening, abantu batabufu ebibaleetedde okutabuka bingi abakozesa ebiragalalagala substance abuse mu basajja okweraliikira mu basajja bingi nnyo kakati ne depression okutubira mu birowoozo mu bakyala nabo bingi abo mu kyalo bambi they are single mothers. I mean, they're grappling with these kids. Yeah, you know, kutola school fees, yeah, you know, kulabirira omwana, the man is nowhere to be seen, yeah, you know, kulima, you know, kola everything. So when people are calling for this, I think it is really a great call.
Great.
Very, very clear.
You've talked about something that is related to ebiragalalagala n'omwenge. Waliwo kalimagezi yatukoleddeyo ko ekintu kye bayita pombe gad. Ti bwe tunaabanga omwenge guleesa obuzibu gutusuula eddalu ye bwe tujjako ka hangover oba osanga tunasigala ne clear mind.
Are you kidding me?
Waliwo omwami bamuyita Mr. Kalyango nga the Minister of Science. This is a news that came out in New Vision. The Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation,
Dr.
Monica Msomero, yabadde nga recognizing omwami eyafulumiza kye bayita pombe gad. The pombe gad is something that is supposed to cure hangover. Instead of kubeera nga omutwe gukuluma tosala tambula olina kamunguluze nti lwakuba wanywedde cupa empitirivu ez'omwenge nyoka pombe gad. Dam clear mind. Genda ku mulimu kola emirimu gyo gy'abalinaku.
I'm going to look for SP Michael Kananura, the private spokesperson, because recently they reinstated the operation Fika Salama. Now, of course, Uganda is also, apart from what we are grappling with and malaria and everything, there's been also the high rate of accidents, road carnage, which has claimed so many lives, and it's one of our greatest challenges.
Sure.
But the greatest triggers of road carnage has been, besides other triggers, there's so many, there's been people drink driving. Kakati, bunyoka pombe gadi, ngobadde omaze okuyiwayo.
Stamina osange ebekyaliko.
Onooba tolwanyisiza operation eriko gamba abantu tebayiwenga yoli wamala okuwayo crate y'ennamba ng'ate ateekayo kapombe gadi
nga hangover gijjako.
Anyway, those are hangover kisitegeera sibitegeera bulungi. I'm not among the members, but anyway, yeah. So a lot is happening.
Yeah,
a lot is happening here. The stories are very, very many in the country. There's so many things that are happening. But producer, please give me this one because it is very, very significant. Maybe this will be my last. It is something. There is a lot of negligence. Eggwanga terina sente. We mukwata obusente butono bwemuyina ne mugamba kati obugulemu to investing in Ministry of Health tugule eddagala. And there are some people who are becoming negligent. Now, there is a story in the Daily Monitor, 5 arrested after medicine worth hundreds of millions gets drenched in rain. Now, there is that picture, producer is going to give it to you. And I mean, eddagala balireese balitadde ebweru mu boxes. Now, Christine, if you were in charge, I think you would be mad. Eddagala lya ssente tuliguze balitadde mu nkuba. That picture, producer, if you can get to me, the story is there on your page. Because 5 arrested after medicine worth hundreds of millions gets drenched in rain. Now, this is so bad.
Kitawanya nnyo obwongo kwa kati bw'otunuuliramu essente ezigula eddagala eryo n'amalwaliro amayitirivu agali mu different local areas, especially the rural areas. Wosangira nti ddala ddala omuntu wa wansi eddagala n'oggula panado adisangamu obuzibu. Tezo sente aba actually taziina ate mu kuteera eddagala mulimu badde tuli mu season y'enkuba. Kiri obvious nti tulina kubeera very protective of everything that is given to us, and we need to have that custody kind of thing.
Look at that.
Yeah, that is just absolutely
look
not
at that.
right. That is not right.
Eddagala balitadde ebweru eddagala eryaguziddwa ssente.
Is it related to the recent times? My NMS knows stores are in industrial areas akwata omuliro sometime back. So tugambe tetulina storage.
Tuyina kubanga ziri ezakwata zaali Entebbe, but this is in Busia.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, 5 officials, including 3 from Busia district and 2 from the National Medical Stores, have been arrested and are being investigated for possible negligence after medicine worth millions of dollars, millions shillings were drenched in rain. Look at that. These guys, mubavunane because tulwana kuzaawo nsi ate bano bali mu byabo. Anyway, I think that's it for the top stories. About this time we normally dive into health eating and we major into what goes into our body. And our slogan is not everything that comes in your hands goes to your mouth. There are so many people who are like that, and we say those are children. Have you seen people ready to from weekend? We'll talk about that when we come back in our health eating.
Bethany TV for health. Are you looking for a platform to advertise your business and boost your sales? Bethany TV got you covered. Take advantage of our introductory rates and maximize your leverage for brand awareness, advertising, product launching, live coverages, activations, and so much more. For booking and more information, contact our sales team on 0785 576 269. Bethany TV for health.
Child health and well-being, the foundation for a bright and promising future. Join us for exciting episodes aimed at optimizing our children's physical, mental, and emotional health with our team of experts, including pediatricians, nutritionists, and child psychologists, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. on Bethany TV.
Bethany TV for health. Are you ready for this good news? You can now watch Bethany TV on Yo TV, AfroMobile, and Airtel TV apps. Yes! Catch the finest programming prescription for everybody, wherever you are, whenever you are. Bethany TV for health. The Higher Life, the era of the world revolution, with Apostle Dr. David Kunawa and Pastor Rita Bella Kunawa of Rivers of Life Assembly International, Boston, Massachusetts, USA. Streaming every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. East African Standard Time with the incorruptible, incomparable, and revolutionizing life-transforming Word of God. Only on Bethany TV for health. Bethany TV for health.
Good morning once again. Thanks for joining us. 6th of November 2023, tuli Momo Senene. So every time you're moving out of your house, please brace yourself for the rain because it is here. El Nino is here up to December. So make sure you pack your everything. You can grab your tea in your flask. You know, you need to save certain things. Breakfast should be, you shouldn't spend on breakfast. So just get hot tea with whatever the ingredients put in your flask, but your jacket and your umbrella, you don't want to forget because anything can happen, rains can come here. Now we are in health eating and this is where we dive into quality as opposed to quantity. What goes into your mouth is very, very, very important. Our stomachs have never been bins. No, not everything goes there. Yes, you have to be selective, just like you go in select and choose this is something like that. Now, something happening, Tristan, when people go to functions like what was happening over the weekend, people in functions, my Indian community brothers were celebrating end of the year and everything,
sure.
Those the ends of hours. So there is normally a lot on the table. The serving table is packed with a lot of stuff. I don't know who told Ugandans and some people that every time you walk on a serving table, everything that is there is supposed to go into your body, in your stomach. So people are heaping, I don't know whether they're anticipating to climb Mount Elgon and Rwenzori and do you want to be tourists for crying out loud? Please, please, please. I think when you go to a serving table, what matters is what matters. Like we said, our slogan, it is Christian. Not everything comes in your hands, goes to your mouth.
True.
Most of the things coming in your hands are just passing by, others to be trashed, or you pass it to someone else.
Abamu balina system.
Naye abasinga buli ekijja mu ngalo mukamwa.
Abamu balina system nti bulina ku bwe mbadde ndya ebijanjaalo n'akawunga. Kati lwentudde wano kalye ku nkoko n'embuzi n'ente n'ekyennyanja ne whatever is served. Tetera kubeera n'egguni ne diets by
I was seeing a guy who was taken to the hospital after eating a lot. The guy ate on that, and to be honest, he could not even move. They had to literally undress him because he ate almost everything. So please, today we're tackling the health benefits of eating broccoli. I don't know that you know this thing, but it is embedded with a lot of great health benefits. Christine's going to dive us into it.
Well, broccoli is one of those greens that are always recommended that we should have on our plates. Especially nutritionists like to tell us that when you're serving, make sure there's some green. Now, broccoli is a type of green that has a huge amount of vitamins, some minerals, and antioxidants. Now, these are very healthy to our body because when you have enough minerals and antioxidants, you are prone to reduce on chances of getting cancer. And then also it boosts your metabolism, that whatever you're eating is properly digested. One of the other benefits of consuming broccoli is it's a stress reliever. It is something that is not sour nor sweet. It has that natural, wonderful taste that when you consume it, you're prone to reduce stress, to have those stress relievers. And then also it boosts your oxygen intake. So it is a very good anti-detoxicant for the body, and it is recommended that whenever you're having a meal, try to incorporate in broccoli. You can have it for breakfast, you can have it for lunch, you can have it for dinner. It is something that you can even just snack on, especially if you're trying to manage your weight. This is an item that you can easily pack for breakfast. Instead of looking for so many things, you get your carrots, your broccoli, your celery, and you have a well-balanced meal. Yes.
Wow, that is broccoli.
Very essential for the body.
Amazing. So
very essential. Tuli mu season y'ensenene. Sinaziraba.
I think tomorrow.
And that is also a green. So
tomorrow.
Very healthy protein to have.
Tomorrow we're diving into the health benefits of this. Such a wonderful delicacy. But today, if you're considering having a wonderful health breakfast, you might want to look at broccoli. But not only breakfast, all your meals, lunch, dinner, it is very important. Green. It is very important. Someone said that, who knows, tomorrow our pharmacies might be gardens. Who knows, tomorrow our pharmacies might be gardens because medicine must become food as opposed to, food must become medicine as opposed to medicine becoming food.
True.
Because
we're moving from a world of curative to a world of preventative. So if we are going to be able to prevent whatever these conditions that keep rising every now and then, these different diseases that we're constantly trying to diagnose, eating broccoli could be the solution to that. Being preventative than dealing with a curative.
Being preventative and being curative, that is it for health eating. When you come back, of course, it will be business. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much. In business, President Museveni is continuing to, create more, fertile ground, conducive ground for investors to thrive in this great nation, the second youngest population in the world. And he says that it is a very conducive environment. We have everything. Everyone Come on, let's make business. Now, today I want to kick it off with a story in Daily Monitor. There are Museveni pledges support for local investors or investment groups. Now, recently, in something like a year or two, there was another investor who is the East African Medical Vitals, Mr. Benny Kavia, who manufactures gloves. This man was frustrated by the, Development Bank, because apparently he thought that he would get some loans to boost his business. But when he went there, he was terribly frustrated until when he had to call the State Minister for Investment, Evelyn Aniti, Honorable there, and Honorable intervened. But of course, he didn't hear more results until when he had a leeway and he approached President Museveni. And President Museveni told him, don't worry. We have some money in the Development Bank, but we are going to put more money. So there are so many people who have been frustrated by Development Bank and by everything, by by the government sometimes not allowing them or giving a helping hand to, for their business to thrive. But yet other businessmen, like, foreigners, have been given these incentives. We're talking about tax exemptions. We're talking about free land given, exemption from water, exemption from electricity, like we saw in Pineti, given something like 27 acres of land in Namave. And not only that, even so many people like the Arab people who are coming in here and everyone. So President now is changing, the tricks and saying, you know what? It's time to support local investors, and he pledged, say that I pledge to support local investors. Now, this was when we paid a courtesy visit to Kike factory that is in Luwero, a fruit manufacturing company by a Ugandan owned, and said, I'm going to do this, I'm going to help out. Now, he newly commissioned Kike Tropical Fruit Factory, which has a capacity to process 1,000 metric tons of fruits per season, and also employs over 500 workers. That is President Museveni commissioning this wonderful farm of this wonderful gentleman there and his wife. President says that I'm going to help. But also when he was asked, but what happened to Soroti Fruit Factory, which was also, a $15 million factory, what happened? Which government injects $5 billion annually. And he says, those are thieves. They stole the money, and before you know it, the company is collapsing. And recently they were looking for an investor to take on the Soroti Fruit Factory. Yet the president, had encouraged so many people, rallied people from Soroti to engage in fruit farming and everything. But after, the thing wasn't yielding any result. So we also have challenges. But president just said, Baba said, and I'm like, President, can't you crack a whip and get these thieves behind the... Yes. So, Christian, that is present there commissioning that factory. Yes. That factory, for what the Mugabe's, and he said, I'm going to really give in more support because these people are going to be employing people from there. He was in Reham, which is employing more than 2,000. That is employing 500. So, and apparently that is Ruero, which is their NRM maker. Yes, they say NRM maker, but where they did badly, but now they're trying to go and revive that place. So that is President looking at what they're making, how far they've done, what they are doing. I think that is it in business. Yes. And
also still talking about our wonderful leader, His Excellency, he goes ahead to, this is on his Twitter page, something published in Monitor where Museveni has revealed that government is going to contract bulky and refinery supplies to export petroleum products to Uganda and sell at low prices. Now, this is in response to the prices of fuel that have stayed up, and with this, we hope to have the prices drop. And he goes ahead to actually also talk about, in line with abantu abatera okutubesete za
yes
bitwakira nitugamba why bano batukulembere ate bebasinga nozitwala natekawo something called okuserwa, a campaign against that kind of robbery called Okusera, and this is overcharging. And this is something this is a committee or a campaign that is supposed to help liberate on those kind of behaviors where we have we set up different franchises, like what is happening now. If these refineries come into place, we need to have systems that allow us to whistleblow and be able to mitigate on that. The aim is to remove middlemen.
Yeah,
because if you look at where we're getting everything, it's Kenya and Tanzania.
Yeah, but there's something I'm struggling to understand, because President Museveni is a fountain of honor, he's the president of this country, and he's been literally briefed on everything. Nothing goes on without his notice.
Sure.
Then if there are certain things that are going on behind his back, then that means he needs to crack a whip. And he needs to question, who are these people doing things behind their back?
Yeah.
But again, I doubt if those things happen. Because apparently when fuel prices skyrocket, we're asking ourselves, what is causing this? And according to the Minister of Energy, they attribute this to the demand and supply in the global oil market, which has shifted from 102 million liters only to 103, and they're like, okay, we understand. But something's happening with the two petrol stations, Shell, of course, and Total. They are skyrocketing as we speak now. Petroleum a liter goes at 5,660. And diesel goes to 5,250, where I come from. But again, what perplexes Christian would be that each Shell petrol station and Total, they have different prices according to where they are located. When you come to Munyonyo, prices are up. When you go to Lubaga, prices are down. The same people, the same fuel. So, and President said something that ever since he came in power in 1986, Uganda has been dealing with middlemen, and he didn't know. Is it possible? So now he's saying that we're going to work with suppliers, direct people who drill the oil.
That is a bit disturbing, especially when he says he didn't know. That's quite disturbing. I'm looking at President Museveni as this dad who has a couple of different wives with so many children that times will come when abaganda bachita ogaba ebijja oboba ogaba ebijja lero ndi wa mchala namba emu luli ndi wa mchala namba 5 luli ndi wa mchala namba godi. There's a chance you might miss out exactly what happens in that household. There's a chance. But how do you be able to have an oversight now it comes to your leadership skills?
Exactly.
It matters.
Decentralizing power.
Chicho taddewo nti bano abakyala ab'enjawulo buvunaanyizibwa ki bw'obakwasiza ne accountability processes. So if we don't have clear, transparent accountability processes, we would always create excuses for the errors that are happening in our households. So, and that's the same thing.
So I hope this issue is going to be solved once and for all, because they say that we are going to have the Uganda National Oil Corporation monopolize when they're the one in charge. I hope something does, but you know, I'm still doubting, because most of these petrol stations belongs to who?
Exactly. That's the same thing that I was saying. That my fears are that if we are already having a challenge with these resources that are passing through middlemen, and now they're going to be fully in our hands, aren't we going to really misuse them?
Producer, please get me that X for president again, just briefly, as we just get off, because we're done. That will be my last thing I want to, because president had to, how do we call them? The others were that X. His X. That sounds funny.
Twitter. He had to tweet.
Is it a Twitter?
It is a Twitter. However much it's now an X. It is a tweet.
Fellow Ugandans, and especially the Bazukulu, greetings. So I have a number of issues to have to share with you. Let me start with Okuserwa being overcharged for the petroleum products from abroad. When we came into government, we assumed that the civil servants would deal with, money, administration, procurement, etc., and we would deal with policy, ideally the strategy and the security, what you've talked about there. However, a number of cases we have, wonderful people really let us down, or they let down their country, take the issues of importation of petroleum products. Ugandan, imports petroleum products of magnitude 2.5 billion liters per annum, valued at $2 billion US. Oh my goodness, without knowledge, our wonderful people were buying this huge quantity of petroleum products from middlemen in Kenya. A whole country buying from middlemen in Kenya or elsewhere. Amazing, but true. The president is also surprised. How can this happen? Anyway, I think we shall stop it from there. But anyway, say that something's going to be done. We're going to begin dealing with from the source. Direct. Suppliers. Yes. Middlemen out. I hope this time we walk the talk. That's it in business. Thanks for watching, and we'll come back, of course, Destinations.
now, more with Healthy Morning.
Now, in case you're traveling by air, you have to be careful. In other words, you have to be at the airport